Hello everybody and welcome back to Purple Plays The Misadventures of Tron Bonne. In the last part we went over a not so brief summary of what the main menu had to offer, more or less. Well, I call it main menu, HUD, world, whatever. Basically I showed a tour of the Gesellschaft as much as we could and talked to a couple of serve bots, giving everyone an introduction as to how this place works and whatnot. And then we ended it off with a simple mission, which was loading cargo onto a boat and collecting the you know, just collecting the money from stolen goods. And so in this part we are going to continue with mission 2, I believe it was, and finish off level 2 and level 3 of that and maybe do another one. But before we do that, I want to head to the gym just real quick. First off, I want to see, okay, no, we don't have the course, but when you go in here you'll notice that there's another serve bot, number 9. Miss Tron, look what I found. What is it? Hey, this is the red head part. When I was making number 1, I tried using lots of different colors. I liked red, but we didn't have enough zenny to use it for everyone. Good. I'd be embarrassed to have a red head. Really? I think it's great. I mean, it would make you stand out, right? Say, there's an idea. I could use this to show everyone who my favorite surf bot is. What do you say, number 9? If you work hard enough, I could put it on you. I'd like to be your favorite, Miss Tron, but I still don't want to wear that. We'll see about that. Anyways, give it here, please. Here you are, Miss Tron. Okay, so after you complete one mission, it doesn't matter what it is, number 9 will always be in the gym and he'll have the red head parts for you. This is a very important item and one I recommend you hold on to for now. What the red head part does is that you can give it to a certain serve bot. It doesn't matter which one, whatever's your favorite. Hell, even though he says he doesn't want it, you can give it to number 9, but you can give it to anyone and they become your favorite serve bot. They'll have a red head instead of the natural gray. I mean, they'll still be yellow, it's just the gray part that turns red. It will come into effect a lot later in the game as well, so it is kind of plot important, but I recommend that you pick a serve bot eventually. Not now. I mean, it's still too early in the game, but you can if you want to, if there's one surf bot you find that you like. What it does is that 1, they become your favorite surf bot, and 2, depending on what their stats are, I believe the lowest stat that they have will extend its maximum rating up by 1 level. So let's say number 1 is our favorite serve bot. His lowest stat is speed. If you give him the red head part, his speed rating will go as high as his brains and his attack. Like, as far as they could go. The limit increases is what I'm saying. And the other thing is that if you don't pick a favorite serve bot at a certain point in the game, and I mean this is like late game, number 1 automatically becomes the favorite, so keep that in mind. So now before I do a mission, I'm going to show off the scouting. Here we have a grid which shows the map to the missions, more or less. You can send out 3 serve bots, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send out, let's send out number 12 since he's starting to get a little lazy. And you can select any part in the world, doesn't matter where. I'm going to send him to Tech Harbor, even though that's where we're going. No, you can't find the surf bot that you sent to the same area as the mission, just so you know, so don't try and look for him. Unless you can and I don't know, then more I know myself. But let's see. I'm gonna send number 26. I will send him. You'll be able to tell what's a certain area that will be a mission by highlighting a certain thing. Like area A2 is Gold City. That's where the action mission is. The Shalakun Ruins is where the RPG, quote unquote, missions are. And this is Tech Harbor. But you can also find other ones like Sart Farm, Casino Town Nuki, or Nuki, I don't know, Nakai Desert, and Premiki Harbor. I'm going to send him to the Shalaka Ruins. And then I'm going to send one more. Yeah, I sent him scouting. Oh, strategist. And I'm gonna send him to Premiki Harbor. If I recall correctly, you can actually get certain items here if you have Servbots scouting these parts. Or it could be random. I'm testing that theory because I don't remember off the top of my head. But with that, wait. Actually, let's see. Before I go on a mission, I meant to press. I meant to hit talk, not mission. So sorry, I'm kind of blue balling. Real quick, I want to talk to. I think was it number 15. Let's see. Okay. I'm too busy talking now. Alright. Yeah, we already talked about that. Number 11, how are things going? Lead the flying of the Gessel shaft to me, Miss Tron. Of course, since we have an autopilot, I don't really have much to do. And then this is where he tells you about learning the command by pressing circle. I think it's number 16. Miss Tron, you should send some of us to scout sometimes. Did you know that there are items that you can only get by having us scouting? Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Master Teasel borrowed 1,000,000 zenny. I promise I'll work hard and help as much as I can, so we can get the money paid back to that loath fellow and get Master Teasel back. Let's see. Okay, no, that wasn't it. There's someone I can talk to get a certain item, but I forgot when and where. It'll come back to me eventually. But for now, let's finish up Tech Harbor. And just so you know, the details always change depending on the level, but the robot always stays the same, and so did the Servbots, depending on what you had last anyways. Now that we have the armored dev, and from what I learned yesterday, as long as they can go out, I don't have to pay for certain development. So what I'm going to do is, wow, works in weapons and has a violent temper. In charge of weapons, loud and aggressive personality. These things I didn't know. Oh well. I'm gonna bring number 32. And let's go over the details. I heard that a new shipment of containers has arrived at Tech Harbor. Is that true? Yes, Miss Tron. This time it was a shipment of flour and coffee. Okay, you know what to do, right? Then let's go. Roger. And without further delay.
Alright, this should be easier now that we've got the hang of it. It's important to know where to move the wooden containers. That's right! Another good trick is to jump over containers to get around them. That way it's easier to move the steel ones. Wow, you're really smart, Miss Tron. The Gustav tank jumps when the X button is pushed. Alright, let's get to work! Start!
That is true indeed. So what we want to do here is move this into the water and then bring this over, and that'll be one of many. One other thing to note is that you don't have to press X. I don't know if I brought this up in the last part, but you can also just face the container and then press well, like go forward, like as if you're running into it, like, or just trying to run into the wall, and you'll still jump, so you don't have to press the X button. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this guy all the way over here. I'm going to try and cut a bit of corners here, just a little. Well, not really. This isn't a speedrun trick. This is kind of how you get the red container if you're trying to get all 5 like I am. And then just plop that in and boom, instant bridge. Like I said before, just go ahead and get the red one before the green. That way, you don't instantly before you don't instantly complete the mission. Otherwise you'll most likely have to, not most likely, you will have to redo it if you want the most you can out of these missions. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. That way I don't have to come back. They all say the same thing no matter what, so I'm not skipping any dialogue that's important. I mean, after the opening intro, pretty much that's it. Okay, so ignore this container. This took me a while to figure out on my own. You want to ignore that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you over. I thought I messed that one up. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to bring this over. What did I want? I think I wanted it here. Then we want to bring this on over. And then it's nothing but transporting everything back to the ship. Also, you get a little bit of dialogue if you hit a beacon bomb on the ship. We borrowed a ship that was here. Is that okay? One thing I don't think I've mentioned, and if it hasn't caught on to any of you, we are the bad guys. We're not good guys. I mean, the Bonne family is actually a faction of pirates. Well, I don't know if I would say faction, but you know, a group of pirates. I like getting that guy mad. He doesn't always pop out, so if he doesn't come out for you if you're playing this, don't worry. He'll stay there too, just getting all angry until you roll up on him. You can't hurt him though, so don't worry. Although I think he can damage your surf bot, I'm not sure. And I'll take care of this one. I'll see if I can remember this next round, because I don't for the life of me. I'm like trying to remember my hardest, and I can't right now. I can't. Okay, wait, no, I somewhat remembered this actually. Alright, so... Okay, Alright, I know I'm gonna do this. This is like one of those times where I believe you have to move one of these just out of the way. Then what you do is you take this one, and then this one, and then the rest is yours. At least I think I'm right on that. Yeah, I'm right. Okay, so it wasn't as hard as I made it seem with my tone. But what was I saying before? Yeah, we're basically pirates. And in the Mega Man Legends games, like, you know, the regular ones, these are actually bosses and enemies that Mega Man has to fight. So it's pretty interesting playing the villain. I personally love it, and it's one of the things I love about this game.
The last of the containers, Miss Tron. We got them all.
And I'm talking over this because they don't say anything different either.
Okay, let's head back to the castle shop.
But I figured I might as well let them talk.
Miss Tron.
Because it's the end of the mission. I always love playing the villain when I get the chance. Let's see how much we made. We're able to sell... I don't know. I skipped over the flour containers, but the coffee containers got us 60,000. So we have a total of 210,000 zenny. Not bad. Alright, and number 32's brains rating is now 4, and he learned the Gatling gun development. So, I was right. And construction on your room is finished, Miss Tron. So now we have access to Tron's room after doing 2 missions. So I'll take a quick look over there. Well, actually, I'm gonna scout some surf bots real quick. If you saw earlier, we had like a police siren, a comic book, and stuff. Those are items that we can sell, and okay, so I guess scouting doesn't really clear them. Let's see. Let's give you a chance, Mr. Achiever. And how about Achiever? Let's go with Mr. Dedicated here too. So I'll take care of those serve bots. Let's see. Oh, oops. Wrong button. Ah! Okay, so here we have Tron's room now. We can get some lovely new music, and number 40 is even here. You must be tired walking around so much, Miss Tron. Why don't you take a rest? No, without me watching, everyone would goof off. So, foreshadowing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are you doing, number 40? This is called facial aerobics, Miss Tron. Facial aerobics? Yes, Miss Tron. You can keep your skin young and healthy by exercising your face. I read all about it in this book. I know that. What I want to know is why are you doing it? You don't have any skin. But Miss Tron, I just thought we should all look our best. You look good enough. Aw. And then number 36. The song's no good either. I just don't have what it takes to be a composer. Why do you say that, number 36? I didn't think it was bad at all. But Miss Tron, all I'm doing is just making noise. I'm just hitting keys. I want to write music that will move people, and I just don't have what it takes. Without inspiration, I can't make music. I know what you mean. Building robots is kind of like that too. If I just had something to stir my emotions, I think I could do it, but... Well, I don't know what I can do to help you, but I'll think of something, okay? Thank you, Miss Tron. So that should also be a sign that he needs something as well. Alright, so if we go over here, we can appraise certain items, like you can sell this for 200 zenny. And this can be used to reduce development costs. It can also sell for 1600 zenny. So, I mean, the police lights I recommend keeping, just as he says it can be used for development costs. Okay, stop doing that. So you can basically reduce the cost of something in the lab, which comes in handy, really. And there's another item that we can be getting through scouting that will reduce certain development by a ton. And that's the one I'm trying to get, or at least one of the items I'm trying to get. We also have shells. That's right, the shell. Hold on a second. Lunchbox, redhead part. So, one thing that I remember. First off, I'm gonna go ahead and... Okay, I don't have to do it like that. So, keep the shell. You want one at least. And then what I recommend you do is go back to Tron's room, because I completely forgot and it just hit me. You can give the shell to number 36. I can hear the ocean. No, more than that. I can see it. The blue sky, the white sand, the waves. This is music too. Yes, this is what music is supposed to be. Miss Tron, I know what to do now. I can make music too. Number 36 gained the special skill music. Miss Tron, if you find anything that a song could be written about, bring it here. I'll write a song for you. So he can't do anything right now, but if you give him certain items, not like the shell, he'll actually find inspiration in what you give him, and he'll make a song out of it. These songs can be heard in the main, or in certain areas of the Gesellschaft that don't have songs like this. Basically the original background music, like when you're in the lab or whatever. He'll change that and kind of remix it into a different, well, theme, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. So, although when we got number 34, the armor development, he gave us the ability to buy armor. However, when number 32 got the Gatling gun development, we didn't get an item. We have to, or we didn't get an item to develop. So the reason for that is because there's an item we need to get in conjunction with that. And then once we have that and give it to him, he'll be able to produce the Gatling gun item that he's in charge of. Kind of stumbling a little bit. But anyways, I'm like losing track of everything I'm saying. Let's see. Stop talking to him. Because there's like several other things I wanted to say and I can't remember them. Let me talk. I'm pretty sure it was in here. It had to be. Yes. Was in the cafe? It might not be. Okay. See, and I know it's not you, but I always check just in. Dang it! Always check just in case. It might be in the gym actually. Again. Let me talk. Oh, that's right. Get to number 38. This is one thing I don't like, is sometimes the navigation can be a little odd. because sometimes you'll think, okay, it's going in a set pattern, but because some of the serve bots are moving like number 9, it'll throw off the pattern. It may have been a serve bot that I sent out, so I'm not gonna bother with it. I'm just gonna go ahead and go on the next mission. Okay, so also one thing to note if you haven't noticed already is that each mission shows how much money you'll be getting after completing said mission, with the exception of mission 1, because that's a bit of a interesting thing, and I'll get to that when we do mission 1. Mission 2, you'll get 50,000 zenny. Mission 2, at level 3, you'll get 400,000 zenny. And then mission 4, there is no zenny because it depends on how much you do inside the ruins. I'll be showing that off next. But let's go ahead and finish up the Tech Harbor. And as we brought the Gatling gun developer, we're going to bring the bazooka developer, number 31. That way I don't have to buy all that stuff. Save me a pretty penny. This time we're going after something special. They've delivered TVs at Tech. Yay, TVs! Do they have cable too? Quiet, no they don't. Now listen up. We're really going to have to think this time. There's a lot more containers in the way. We might have to rethink our plans once we get to the harbor. Yes, Miss Tron. Alright then, let's get going. Yay! Just so you know, we're not keeping any of the TVs. We're going to sell them all, okay? Aww. Aww. They must not have any TVs in the Gesellschaft.
All right, let's get to work. This time, we're here to get some color TVs. Miss Tron, look over there. The ground's moving. That's called a conveyor belt. They're common in places like this. You'll get carried along if you stand on one, but maybe we can use it to our advantage. Don't worry about it. Let's get to work. Yes, Miss Tron. Start!
Alright, so level 3. Level 3, level 3, level 3. This is a interesting area. I'm letting him get my juice box. At least that's what I think it is. Sorry for running him over all the time, but he keeps getting in the way. Oh boy. This one. Well, I'm just trying to remember is all. I think I can go ahead and grab this one. I messed up. So yeah, use the conveyor belts. They will reduce the steps as I just showed right there. That was actually a really good example of using the conveyor belts to your advantage. Okay, so this next part. Okay, wait, hold up. If I recall correctly, this is actually easy. It's just, it takes a while because you're constantly just moving crap out of the way, I think. At least I hope I got this right, because I know you have to make another path, and that's the only wooden container, so... If I remember correctly, and I don't, gonna move that back. Okay, get the... Just so you know that no one knows what's in the bonus containers here. It's just dangerous electrical equipment. Oh wait, no, I think I got it. I got it. Okay. Took me a second. So you can use that little pathway to get those last two. Yeah, I remember. It's just slightly tedious because you have to keep going all over the crates. I say it's slightly tedious, but it really isn't. Alright. It's like it's slowly coming back to me. Because despite how easy I may make them seem, these are actually rather difficult missions. If you're not on your toes with this stuff. Now, if I remember correctly, don't bother with this one. Okay. Wait. No. Yeah. Okay. So there's that. I'm just trying to recollect. That's all. I know this one was actually kind of easy. Again, they're all kind of easy once when you figure it out. Or it's not that they're easy, it's just that they are faster to get around. So if I remember correctly, I dumped that one in. Okay. So there's two more. All I need to do is... let's see. Sorry. Okay, so... 1, 2... Oh, let's see. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that makes it as long as it's just 1. So it wouldn't make it... If I remember right, I think I take this one. And then I think I can, let's see, yeah. If this map is in your way, you can press the select button to get rid of it. I like it just for reference. Okay, I got it. It took me a second. I mean, I have these, it's just I don't want to redo them is all. I'll take this. Boom. And that is the last of the containers. For some reason, I thought that was the last one. I don't know why I thought that. I think it's because I was overthinking it. This one, I remember spending a lot of time on. Okay, let's get this one out of the way first. Okay. This one actually has a rather simple solution. I just need to... What did I need to do? Oh, right. Okay, so once you get in this conveyor belt, you're kind of stuck unless you jump on the others. So what you want to do is you want to take this, that way the conveyor belt moves you, and then just dump it right there. Okay, what we can do is we can pick this one up. Okay, there we go. Now we have 5 left. 5 lips left. Okay, this one was actually the one I was thinking about that was tedious because you have to keep going around this. What I'm trying to remember is how did I do it before? I think what I did was... because then it just moves me back over there. So what I need to do is I just need to move one of the wooden containers over to this. That way I don't have to worry about it. I hope I got this right. Wait. Not this one. Or maybe it is this one. I don't even think it matters. Just be on the safe side. Or just for whatever. Okay, so... Oh, wait. Oh, that's right. It moves over there. Oops. Go back and move one. Or actually, no, I might still want to use that because then that means... No, because then I just get pushed back anyways. So... I can't remember. Or maybe it is like that. Ugh, I'm trying to remember right now. Because I know that I had to do a lot with this crap. God. Maybe it's not that I had to move that, it's just I had to do something with this. I'm gonna restart real quick because I think I screwed up. Some of you probably already know how to do this and are just screaming at me if anybody's watching. And that's understandable. Maybe my favorite game, but that doesn't mean I still know everything. I mean, for years when I first played this game, I didn't even know you could upgrade your weapons depending on the surfbot that you had as the pilot. I just went through the game without upgrading my robot at all. I think I may have upgraded the tank and the armor at least once or twice, but I never upgraded to the max capacity it could. And trust me, when you get to full upgraded Gustav, you're like nearly untouchable. Okay, so... Still a matter of what do I do with this. Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. Because I have 3 left. So... Damn it, what was it? I had this. What was it? Or did I even need to make a bridge? I don't even think I needed to make a bridge. Can I go back one? Yeah, I can go back one. Okay, so I think I'm still good. Shit. Because, let's see. I believe I put this right here. Wait, I think I got it. Because... Shit. Let's see. Okay, well, let me take care of that. Now it's all a matter of getting that bonus one and the last one. I know it had something to do with all of this here. Shit. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I got it. Okay, I remember. Leave that. Then... It's so fucking easy. There we go. And because it's basically in the same spot, just do it, just do the same thing, just change the area. That's what I was trying to remember, because it was easy. It's just a matter of moving stuff out of the way and thinking of the route you make when you move stuff. That's it. I keep thinking I'm making another route, and that's what happened when I first did this, and that's not what you do. Oh, that was dumb of me.
Miss Tron. We got 'em all. Okay, let's head back to the Gessel shop. Yes, Miss Tron.
And with that, that'll conclude Tech Harbor. We never have to come back here, nor could we come back here. We got everything we needed. And more. So, the TV containers were 4,200, and the electronics containers were 105,000, which leads to 525,000 zenny. And number 31's brain rating went up to 4 and has the bazooka development. Scouting gave us a riot shield, a comic, and a fish. And the new training room is ready for use. Oh man. Okay, so at least you guys saw that it does take a little bit of thinking, even if some of you probably figured it out before I did. I mean, I've done all this before. It's just remembering more than actually figuring it out. Believe it or not, there's actually another puzzle, but that's in a different mission that will be unlocked later on in the second half of the game, which we're actually going to be hitting very soon, since we're like only a couple zenny away from a million. But I am going to spend some of it, and I'm going to spend that and do more in the next part. I'll see you guys next time.